It is important we are not only on the right side of science, culture, but that we are careful and intelligent rather than rash. So let's talk HAARP, weather wars, and spraying the sky. Let's begin with the key principle that will be as true here as it is anywhere else. The truth is always found in the middle of the loudest screaming, most extreme opposite sides of a story. Longtime viewers here know of many such examples, like how it's neither true that humans are causing deadly global warming, nor is our activity of no consequence to the planet. The truth is nuanced and involves degrees of impact and a few more players in the theater, like the sun's impact and Earth's magnetic pole shift, which is well underway. If you are newer here, how about the wild screams from the political realm, thinking the other side is pure evil? Obviously, the truth is more nuanced than either one of those options, even if it seems like the last few years have shown us it is closer to one side than the other. In the case here today, it is neither true that they control the weather, nor is it true that we can't influence or modulate the conditions. The truth is more nuanced. Let's begin with some words on HAARP. Only once did they ever turn it on full blast. It was visible on about 8 to 10 different detector types and had a minuscule impact on a high-pressure cell. You cannot hide something like HAARP in this day and age from ionosons, radar, Schumann resonance, and several more. We know when they use it, and they just plain suck at impacting the weather, if that is even their goal, which it probably isn't. During this time, it was a top-level secret classified project. When they realized it was a failure, they turned it into a limited hangout and psychological operation. In the span of 90 days, it went from a secret project to 6 books were released, a TV show about it on the History Channel, and it was the subject of speakers touring the country, quote, risking their lives. That's the single greatest example of a false story put into our community that has ever happened. Come on now, you're not going to fall for that, are you? Don't forget, the people we don't trust the most are actors and politicians. And who told you to be scared of HAARP? Jesse Ventura, politician and actor, handing us an enemy on a silver platter and then told us to go scream about it on the internet. On the topic of weather war, the fact is what we hear online is a bit overblown. There are lots of wish list documents you can find online, most from the military, but they are wish lists and often include some really crazy stuff. Operational products are another matter, and you need to remember, the real stuff they use is kept secret, and they're pretty good at that. They misdirect everyone else with what they make public. We see the fake stories and the failed products. Beyond the distraction documents they let us see, of course there are the patents, but why are so many in this realm abandoned? Well, it's for the same reason why 99% of abandoned patents get abandoned. They just didn't work. The story is, weather war is something they really want to own. They can do minor modifications, but nobody controls the weather. Spraying the sky is also requiring a nuanced view. First, you talking about cloud seeding for rain or chemtrails, stratospheric injections for blocking the sun? They're two very different things and have very different risk profiles. I don't like either, but honestly, the cloud seeding at least has potential for good use. Chemtrails are just a terrible thing. There are dozens of peer-reviewed studies on the potential risks of blocking the sun, and including cascading reactions, far worse than what they call climate change. The main problem in this realm these days is that there are people online who think every line in the sky is a chemtrail. That's wrong too. There is so much more air traffic now with more efficient engines, adding that more homogeneous exhaust to a more turbulent environment by the greater chop effect of modern engines. Those all lead to more lines in the sky lasting longer than before, thicker than before. But also, veteran watchers here know that there is more atmospheric water vapor due to recent changes on our planet, more dust throughout the entire solar system, and more electrical energy in the atmosphere as the magnetic field has been weakening and letting in more energy from space. All of these things add up to more lines, thicker lines, longer lasting lines in the sky. It's not that chemtrails aren't real, it's that something else is being co-identified improperly. What you need to know is this: some rumors are real and some aren't. Some of the real ones are overblown. Some are real and can be used dangerously. Most importantly, they don't control the weather. They can influence and modify it to a very minor but often meaningful degree. They can't create chaos or stop it in its tracks. They can nudge and whisper, Please keep this in mind when you are online. And regarding Hurricane Milton, currently in the Gulf of Mexico, folks, it is peak hurricane season. Formations tend to occur, and that stinks, but it's what was forecast by pretty much everyone back in springtime. As for its eastward movement towards Florida, first, no, it's not that unusual. It is the prevailing direction of storms across the United States, by the way. And when it comes to Gulf hurricanes, the jet stream can drag an entire storm. It's exceptionally influential. And look at those upper level winds right now. Obviously, you see Milton is connected all the way up, and it is going to ride the jet stream to Florida. And no, they can't control the jet stream at all. If you remember one philosophy to go with these facts, it should be that you should suspect that our community is as targeted or more targeted with false ideas and stories than the wider population. We are harder to trick. They have a lot of limited hangout psychological operations going on us as well. Please don't get caught up in them. I'll see you in the morning for the Daily Show. Be safe, everyone.